next question for Jay we've got is, Jay, let's say first-time home buyer, we're under contract. All right, we got a 35-day pathway till closing, and they're making their loan application right now. On the interest rate, when can they lock in, and maybe when should they lock in? Jay, what do you think?
Well, typically, you can lock in once you have your contract. Okay, a lot of times people are saying like,
immediately? Just right away. You could.
Once I convert it, so usually I have somebody in my system. It's like a pre-approval type of thing, but once I put in that property address, now I've got what we call a real application. Okay, and that triggers all sorts of things, my disclosure time frame and such. But once I have that property address in there, now I can lock you in at that time if you want to.
Gotcha.
Now, the lock-in periods vary. The longer you have to lock in, the worse your rate could become. There's a little bit of difference because your lender is protecting that rate for that time period. So I'll just step back for a second just to make sure everybody has the understanding of what lock versus float means. Okay. Lock means this. Here's the rate today. I want to lock that in. That means you're going to be protected if the rates go up for that time period that you lock in. So hopefully that would be at least till closing.
You keep the rate that you locked.
Right. You're protected there. So if the rates go up, the lender's not going to call you back and say, well, I know you locked in, but the rates are higher, so do you mind paying the higher interest rate? Not going to happen. That's why you lock. Okay? Conversely, if you lock in and the rates go down, you probably can't go back to your lender and say, hey, I know I locked in, but I'd like the lower interest rate now. It's kind of like you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
You can float if you want to and lock in any point up until, usually we say about a week before closing. But you're at risk of whether the rates go up or go down, and you could lock in at some point in the future.
So it's the buyer's choice of how much risk they want to take. Hey, let's just lock it in. That means no risk and we got what we got.
Right.
Or we think the rates are going down, and whoever knows, we don't know. We think the rates are going down. Yeah, you can float it a while and take that risk and see if you can win.
Right.
Or not.
Right. It is all about risk. It's like going to Vegas. It's gambling. You don't know for sure, and people think that they know what's going to happen or they believe what's going to happen. Sometimes people want to float because they want something to happen. It's not the same reason.
That's a good point.
When I get asked this question all the time, is should I lock or should I float? And my standard response is I'm risk averse, so I don't like to float.
Right.
Because the rates can always go up higher than they go down faster.
Right.
Okay?
Say that again. I think that's good for our first-time homebuyers to know. Rates go up faster?
When rates can go up faster.
Let's say historically.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Typically rates will trickle down, but there can be a bad day and rates can move 0.25% in an afternoon.
Got it. Boy, that's disappointing. Okay.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen it here recently.
Yes.
So everybody was under the mindset that people should be floating, not my clients, fortunately. But the rates have been going up, 0.75% over the course of the last month. That's a tough one to swallow if you've been floating.
So on the rate lock question, maybe to end with a simplistic thought for everybody is, hey guys, if you're risk averse, go on and lock it right away. And that way you know what you got. Mm-hmm. If you're able to take on a little bit higher risk and say, I'm willing to give it a shot and I can live with it if I don't make a good decision, okay, you can try for it and you can let it float for a while.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The other thing I would mention about that is if you're on the edge of qualifying, and I've got somebody right now where even if you wanted to float, we can't take that chance.
Got it.
Because if the rates go up, now you can't get the house.
Gotcha.
That's more risk than anybody wants to take on.
Excellent. Good stuff, Jay. Thank you.